Aim for the bushes. My resignation was not because I thought I was going to be impeached, but because I knew that I no longer had the support from the American Congress. During the Watergate affair, I was in Florida taking a few days rest from being in Moscow. I found out about the affair over the newscast, and when I found out, I was appalled. When I found out there was going to be an investigation, I was thankful. The public needs to know whether or not their president is a crook. I'm not a crook. I have earned all my dollars. I never profited from any public services, and I never obstructed justice. Hang on one moment. My only regrets were that I was not able to finish my full term for to serve the people. It was an honor serving them. I did not do an offense that was committable to be impeached, but the people saw me not fit, and so I decided to impeach myself by resigning.
Absolutely essential. We didn't name a single significant source of the Watergate scandal until like the first 150 stories were released. Actually, we never released any at all. We went back to all of our sources and asked them if we could identify them, but all of them said yes except for Deep Throat. Mark felt he said that we were not allowed to reveal his identity.
And why is that?
Because he didn't want us to. That's what happened with Watergate. They made our conduct the issue instead of the conduct of Richard Nixon.
We wrote hundreds of different stories that were all pieces of the puzzle, but we mainly focused on the individual pieces, and when we made mistakes like we did, we definitely felt like we were in over our heads. Lawyers didn't seriously get involved in the Watergate scandal until quite late, when we had realized that we were really onto something. Suppose Watergate hadn't been uncovered, I would still be on city desks among a lot of other things, and Nixon was too willing to use his power of government to settle scores and get even with his enemies. But if the tapes hadn't have been discovered, like if he would have hid them or if he would have burnt them or something, in my views, he almost surely would have not had to resign from his position. Deep Throat provided more of a roadmap for us through the whole Watergate scandal. His consistent message to us, though, was that the burglary was just the tip of the iceberg, which by that he meant it was part of a scheme and a series of illegal activities that was just going to keep going and going and going. And the nature of all these interlocking crimes just was one of the main incentives for us to keep going with our investigation.
Well, yes, in some ways I do. I'm proud of everything that Deep Throat did. Yes, I like being related to him. I don't remember doing that. I mean, I tried to go along with whatever thought was correct and 100% accurate, but what happened to bring someone on that side was just the effect of the fact. Because he was doing a good job, and I felt that he was doing the right thing, and that was my only way to help him. Well, that's what being secret's all about. You have to have secret meetings. It's just unavoidable. Well, because with the politics moving the way they did, I had no choice really but to come out and put everything on the line. Both plus and minus on the line.
Nixon was not involved in anything with the Watergate scandal. I don't know where the money came from. I just received it one day. One day my friend came up to me and asked me to be in an operation, so I accepted it. Receiving a presidential pardon allowed me to go off and do better things and become a better person.
Well, my position on the Watergate scandal was that I didn't really take a side because I'm an interviewer, and it's pretty unprofessional to be biased when you have to take both sides of the story and come together and arrive at a conclusion. You can't do that. Well, as a reporter, I know to be unbiased to the story because I realize there are two sides to every story. You must gather all the facts from both sides before you come to conclusion. Even though I didn't, I choose to remain unbiased to this scandal. I believe Nixon's resignation from the presidency was the only option due to the effects of the Watergate scandal. He no longer had the support of his people or the government, and this would have led to his impeachment ultimately.